Moving along, Superintendent recommendations and reports. Mr. Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Begley. At this time, Mr. Martin will be covering the items listed under Personnel Professional.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
First, let me just say that I greatly appreciate this final year. I couldn't have asked for more. I really do feel that Mr. Smith and the district has acknowledged me and celebrated me all year long. And please know that I greatly appreciate it. To serve in Fairfield has really, truly been the honor of my lifetime. And I thank you for the privilege of serving. Thank you.
Very welcome.
All right. Mr. Smith, Mr. Begley, members of the board, I have for your consideration this evening several items under Personnel Professional. Item number 1, resignations, letters A through G. And item number 2 is employment. And I'm going to share the employment in a moment, but I want to pause for a moment at letter A. We have for your consideration this evening Ricardo Calles as assistant principal at the senior high school tonight. And Ricardo has endeared himself to our entire district in the 5 years that he's worked here, partly because he is a graduate. He's a product of the Fairfield City School District. And he's come in, after graduating, he went to Miami, earned his bachelor's degree, and then he's been working on his master's, completed his master's at the University of Cincinnati. He's been employed in Fairfield for 5 wonderful years. The first 3, he taught Spanish here at the high school. And the next 2 years, including this current year, he's been an integration coach, working through the curriculum department, and is so well respected. I was able to sit in on his interview, his final interviews for this position, and he had such a heartfelt, wonderful interview, and he was clearly an easy choice for us to make as the assistant principal here at the high school. In his short 5 years, he's proven himself to be an outstanding educator, a wonderful, caring coach to so many young people. But most of all, I just sense that he's such a genuinely good person, and he's the type of person we want here at the high school. So we welcome Rico to the new position tonight. I know he has family here tonight. His mom is with him. 2 of his siblings and his stepfather are here with him tonight to celebrate this position. So congratulations.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Give him a hand.
So under employment, item 2, we have letters A through D. Letter E is our EL summer camp facilitators for 21-22. Letter F is credit recovery and/or credit flexibility instructors for 22-23. And item G is the elementary school tutor for the 21-22 school year. That concludes the items I have for your consideration this evening under Personnel Professional.
Thank you, Mr. Martin. I'll gladly entertain a motion to accept these recommendations.
So moved. Second.
Mrs. Gundram, Mrs. Shorter. Mrs. Lane, please call the roll.
Mrs. Gundram?
Yes.
Mrs. Shorter?
Yes.
Mr. Begley?
Yes.
Ms. Birding?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
At this time, Mr. Perry will be covering the items listed under Personnel Support.
Thank you, Mr. Smith, Mr. Begley, members of the board. I have the following items for your consideration under Personnel Support. Number 1, resignations, A through H. Number 2, unpaid leaves of absence, A. Number 3, employment, A and B. That concludes the items for your consideration under Personnel Support.
Do I have a motion to accept the recommendations as read?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Birding, Mrs. Shorter. Mrs. Lane, call the roll.
Ms. Birding?
Yes.
Mrs. Shorter?
Yes.
Mrs. Gundram?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Begley?
Yes.